everybody. So I thought it would be fun to do some videos because we have some fun news. So I would like to announce that I am 7 weeks pregnant, and today we got to go in and see the heartbeat for the first time. And we brought Caroline, and of course my husband got to come. So it was it was such an important day today. We wanted to wait to announce until we saw the heartbeat this time. Usually we announce super early. We, of course, called family the day that we took a positive pregnancy test, the day that I had the positive pregnancy test, can't talk, because we wanted to share with our family the news and everything. So I'm 7 weeks today. I'm feeling, most of you, I'm sure if you're watching this, you know about April. And if you don't, just briefly, April is our second daughter. She had trisomy 13, and I wrote her entire story on the blog, so you can find the trisomy 13 page. But she died, and it was, last August. So it was, about 10 months ago that we were dealing with all of that when we started the fertility process again. So my emotions are all over the place. We knew we wanted to get pregnant again. And so timing wise, Caroline's 3.5 now. So we knew it was time to start. When you have been through fertility issues in the past, you never know how long it's going to take. So we knew it was time to start. And then with my husband's work schedule, we knew we wanted to get in a couple of cycles before the summer, because he gets really busy in the summer. And then that would mean if we waited, we weren't trying again until the winter, fall, winter time. So we, knowingly went into this and felt mentally ready. It's been weird because when I got pregnant with Caroline and when I got pregnant with April, the minute I saw those two lines, it was just pure joy, just instant tears, and just over the moon excitement, that I could hardly talk. Like, I was just so excited, so happy. This pregnancy, my initial reaction was very sad, which I hate. Oh, I hate. I feel so guilty for being sad. This pregnancy is just a reminder of April. And so it is hard, and I'm sad. And I have yet to just feel the pure joy. And I know it'll come, and I know, I know that I am going to love this baby so much, just like I do April and just like I do Caroline. But my heart wants this pregnancy to just be with April again. It's really difficult. So my emotions have just been kind of a whirlwind, and I want to be excited and I want to just feel the happiness. But I feel a lot of sadness, and everything that we go through with this pregnancy is just a very sharp reminder of what we went through with April. So something like today will be very uplifting. We get to see the heartbeat. It was really exciting. But then it is just right back to the reminder of April. And it was so silly. I was sitting in the the discharge area, talking to my nurse. I graduated from the fertility clinic, and they did something so simple, and that was hand me paperwork on pregnancy. And in that paperwork was a very small blurb about different genetic tests that they do in pregnancy. And, this lady had no idea that April had trisomy 13, but she took the time to just briefly explain what some of the chromosomal abnormalities can be that they test for, and this and that. And of course, trisomy 13 was one of those. And so, I don't know, like my excitement of the heartbeat and everything just very quickly went right back to trisomy 13. And, she didn't know, it was no big deal. But there's always something that brings me back to the sadness. So really, really, really looking forward to the moment where I can just feel joy for this pregnancy and this baby. And maybe, I don't know how that will happen or when it will happen. But I'm really, really, really waiting on that. So anyways, other than all of the emotion, the crazy emotions going on, this pregnancy is a lot different. I am very fatigued. I'm very tired. And I get fatigued in general anyways. I take B12 shots. So when pregnancy happens, I get very, very, very fatigued, and to the point where I don't even feel like I can move. Things feel heavy. I am just dragging. Combine that with having a toddler, and it is so hard. When Caroline is laying down for her nap, I'm usually laying down, and I am a horrible napper, so I don't end up napping, but I desperately want to. So that's been the same as the other pregnancies. I'm just really, really, really drained and tired. What's different though, well, I guess one other thing is the same, is that I am breaking out like crazy. And probably my very first symptom was that my breast got sore immediately. And that's like one of my telltale signs. But the really big difference with this pregnancy is the nausea. I am not nearly as nauseous with this pregnancy as I was my first two. I had a decent amount of actual throwing up with the first two pregnancies, and maybe that's still to come. I'm only 7 weeks, so I forget exactly when the peak of it happened, but I think it was right about now. So I was having to, eat snacks all of the time. Otherwise I was getting super nauseous. And even with that, I was throwing up a lot, and it wasn't just in the morning. It was any time of day. If I smelled something weird, I was going to be throwing up. And the biggest thing for the biggest smell issue for both pregnancies was sliced bread, just plain old sliced bread. I couldn't go through the section of the grocery store that sold sliced bread. I couldn't have any in the house. I couldn't make a peanut butter and jelly for Caroline. I could not be around it. This pregnancy, sliced bread is not bothering me. And smells in general are not nearly as amplified as they were with the first two pregnancies. So it's interesting to see the difference. I am still nauseous here and there, but certainly it's not the overwhelming nauseousness that I was feeling before. So it's manageable at the moment. I don't wake up and immediately have to throw up or, whatever it is. Hunger hits me like really hard. I will not feel hungry, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, the hunger comes and the nausea comes at the same time, which is the weirdest feeling in the world. But you're nauseous and feeling like you have to throw up, yet you also want to eat. It's very odd. I don't have any cravings. So far, nothing is like, oh, I can't stand to eat it or be around it. With the first two pregnancies, I ate pretty much all cereal and cheese. This pregnancy, cheese has not tasted very good. Like, I could take it or leave it. Same thing with cereal. I could take it or leave it. So it's very different. So if I had to guess right now, I would say that this is a boy because my symptoms have been a little bit different. And my first two girls were so similar. So right now, if somebody wanted me to place a bet on the sex of the baby, I would say it's a boy. So we'll see what happens. I think I'm secretly hoping for a girl. Not that it matters at all, but I think I'm secretly hoping for another girl. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's where we stand right now. So first pregnancy, I had cholestasis. So I'm high risk because of that. Second pregnancy, I was diagnosed with antiphospholipid syndrome. So I have to do daily injections of a blood thinner, Lovenox. And so I, again, have to do that through the entirety of the pregnancy. And of course, now we've had a chromosomal abnormality of trisomy 13. So we'll be considered high risk just with regards to making sure that we get genetic testing done and all of that. Everything gets pushed forward, I believe. I meet with the specialist next week, and we'll see what happens with that. But I think the testing looks a little bit different once you've had a baby with that condition. Our chances of having another child with trisomy 13 are no different. It is not a genetic hereditary condition. It is it's a random thing that happens. We were 1 in 10,000, and that same chance again. So we have no increased risk of anything, but they kind of, they treat you like you do just to make sure that everybody feels comfortable moving forward. So, which I'm okay with. We'll just get answers soon right out of the gate, which is great. I think one of the weird emotions for me right now is that I was anticipating being a nervous wreck. I'm being worried. I am not worried. I am not worried about this pregnancy. And that feels really weird to say. I feel like I should be. I feel like that would be a very normal mental reaction to a pregnancy after having one with trisomy 13. I do not feel worried in the slightest. I know, we trusted the science when it came to April, and I trust the science again. There is no increased odds for us to have any issues with this pregnancy. So I don't feel nervous. Maybe I am, and maybe I just don't know it. Maybe it's, kind of subconscious at the moment. And maybe that's why I'm lacking some of the excitement. Maybe my body is just not mentally letting me go there yet because it knows there are things to worry about. I have no idea, but I don't feel worried. I also don't feel super excited, but I don't feel worried. So I'm hoping that with each appointment, the excitement will become more, the blahness will kind of dissipate, and we're just going to have a plethora of data and information again, and I'm looking forward to that. We'll probably find out the sex of the baby super early, which is exciting. So, there are a lot of really exciting things to come. We're early on in the process, so I know the excitement will come, and my plan is to do I won't obviously have a huge video like this for every week, but my plan is to do a very small, short update video every single week, and so you guys can see how I'm doing. And the other cool thing, third pregnancy maybe, and probably the wrong shirt to show you, but there's already a little belly there. That popped up pretty immediately. So it's either pregnancy bloat or it's my uterus going, oh, I know what to do for a third pregnancy. So that's the exciting news. So I will give even more details and updates in the post, but I just wanted to share with all of you since I know you've probably been waiting since my last fertility update. So we're pregnant, 7 weeks.